Please welcome Kendra Wilkinson to the show. How are you? Have a seat. I love your energy.
I'm so happy to be here right now.
We're happy
really
to have you. Your smile, your joy is just radiates from you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. You know, I remember watching the E! Show with you on it and always enjoying how much it seemed that you loved life. You were the sporty one. You kind of made your own rules, and you ultimately, I think you were the first to break out of that and say, I'm my own person.
Yeah, I mean, I never quite, I've always been a free spirit, always a outgoing person, a fun person, but you know, Playboy was just like a little part of something I did. It wasn't my full identity. So, you know, I am an athlete. I'm a tomboy. You know, I'm a mom. Yeah. Right now, I'm a single mom of two, you know, going to soccer practice 4 days a week, you know? So, and that's what I enjoy doing. I've always been in touch with who I truly am, and I've always been in control.
You know, well, that's interesting because you talk about being in touch and in control. When I was looking at some old episodes of the show preparing for our interview, and I thought, well, I used to watch that show and think, okay, that's fake. It's like a reality. They're just kind of playing a role. But then we started to have this larger conversation about the imbalance of power. And you were 18 when you moved in there with a much older man and all of the other now nefarious stories, honestly, that we've heard kind of happen to people there. When you look back at it, how do you process? I mean, do you feel that you were taken advantage of? How do you explain what was going on there?
No, I see it like you know, like people go to college, they have their party days, they have fun, they go crazy, they experiment.
But not all with a 90-year-old man.
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
no,
you were legal, but it was still an imbalance.
Look, I didn't go in there for love.
Okay.
Like, come on now. I didn't really, actually want to date Hef. Yeah. But I love, he was really cool, but, I didn't go in to date him.
Yeah.
I actually just wanted to party.
Yeah, I get that. Listen, don't get me, and I'm not assigning a judgment to it because I get it. You're 18, an opportunity presents itself.
I was young, I was fun, I was crazy. I was ready to get out of my apartment in San Diego and just
live your life.
Live a new life, yeah. And it was as simple as that. I can't relate to certain stories out there. I just kind of see it my own way.
Well, how do you see it now? Do you have any regrets, or was it the right thing?
No, never. I never regret a thing. I do not walk in shame at all.
Yeah.
I hold my...
Oh, no, and by the way, and nor should you. I mean, I don't want you to think by any means am I saying there's anything to be ashamed of. Yeah. I'm saying just when we look back at things and say, well, yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, it got you where you are.
Yeah, no, I'm so blessed and so thankful for the journey I've been on. You know, I've always made my choices, and I've always I've always been a positive person.
Yeah. Oh, I love the choice you made when you left.
But I'm a new person today.
Yeah.
And if I had the choice today to do what I did at 18, I wouldn't do it.
Really?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm a new person today.
Yeah.
I'm a completely new person. Yeah. And that was the young person, the fun person, I was wild. And I have 2 kids now. I don't have time to be wild anymore.
Yeah. Well, I love that you continued on and you broke out of that show and then you got married to Hank Baskett, the NFL player, and you had beautiful children. And you've been so open about, listen, we got married, we got divorced, and now we co-parent together.
Yeah. He's been great. We've been great.
How have you juggled that? Because it seems like I see you on social media, you've got this rhythm going as co-parents.
Yeah, no, everything's been great. You know, sometimes things come to an end and you just, I had to do a lot of healing.
Yeah.
I've had to do a lot. But I'm so thankful and blessed to have had a great marriage with him. Yeah.
And you have 2 beautiful children.
We have 2 amazing kids. Our co-parenting has been flawless. I mean, it's...
What's the secret? Because people want to know.
The secret is forgiveness.
Really?
It's forgiveness.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is beautiful because so much of your next act, which I can't wait to talk to you about, the TV show and selling real estate, people say you can't get to the next act until you find resolve in whatever has happened in the
Oh
past.
boy, it took a long time.
does.
I was on the floor for about 2 years crying. I couldn't even get up. Like my kids were I completely lost my identity overnight as a wife and all that. The only identity I knew was being a mom.
Yeah.
For like 2 years. And I'm like, but that was all I needed to like survive. And I kind of just woke up one day and stopped crying and put one foot in front of the other, and I chose real estate. And
I love that. I love that. Listen, I have shared, you know, I did an interview recently and someone asked me about when I left my last job, and I said, I can't keep talking about that because it's holding my wings down and I want to fly.
Right.
And the minute you let go of whatever it is, if it's relationship pain, if it's, you know, losing a job, whatever it is, if you let it go, you truly, I always thought that was just some, you know, Jan Van Zandt advice, who's my friend, but I'm like, no, you really, if you let it go, you can fly.
Right, and it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. You know, you have to do the inner work, and you have to really allow patience with yourself to get through that. You know, and a lot of crying, a lot of, you know, it takes a lot to get
I admire how open you are with the fact that it took therapy, it took tears to get you where you are now. Your kids are now 11 and 7. Hank and Elijah, they're there for the long haul and the ride. When you said to them, I'm going to try real estate, what did they say?
They were so proud.
Aww.
I mean, you know, show business ended all at once, and I had to, again, those 2 years, I had to, you know, figure it out. I had to get on my feet again, and they, you know, I didn't want to show my kids that I was crying any longer, so I chose real estate, and
what drew you into real estate?
I just thought it was the right move to make, and I'm a people person. I love people. I just love it, you know, and I thought that would be the right move. So
Did you had to go to school and study and take the test and all of that?
Yeah. So I made the choice to start real estate and commit to it, learn it, and
get your license.
I got my license. I passed the test the first try. I'm like,
oh
yeah,
okay.
oh yeah.
I mean, that test is hard.
Look, it was the only test I've ever passed. Thank God.
I mean, when you passed the test, did you look in the mirror and say, I did this, right? This is
Yeah,
neat.
the first person I called were my kids, Hank, you know, and they were like, yeah, it was so exciting. And I didn't have a show at that time. It was all us, no cameras, no. And then when I passed and I put it on my Instagram, then I got a call. Would you like to document this? I'm like, yes, I'm in.
So you launched into the real estate not as, you know, okay, I could pitch this as a show. This was, I need to take care of myself and my children, and I got to get my next act.
This was a straight up, real single mom choice to make. This was not for nobody in Hollywood knew I was making this choice.
Right.
I didn't tell anyone until I put on my Instagram, I passed my real estate test. and then I got the call. Would you like to document this? I was like, of course I will.
Well, listen, real estate has its own drama, a little different from reality.
Yes,
but it's
I've learned.
What's been like the most surprising part of it?
Wow, I was just thrown into the deep end right away. And I'm a vulnerable person, you know, I'm really doing it all. And you're seeing this unfold. Like from the start, next Thursday on Discovery Plus, you're seeing this all happening. But I had to learn so much so quickly in front of so many people, and it was
because people often think, especially selling real estate where you live in LA and Hollywood, that it's glamorous.
There's a lot of sharks there, a lot of big agents out there, and so it's
so
time
the sharks, you come in the
time
picture.
to pop my collar and get out there.
Oh, okay. Now, do you give people who are selling their homes advice? Do you come in and say, I think you need to change this, you need to redo your bathroom, your kitchen, and all that?
I'm getting there. I'm not quite there yet. I'm getting there. So I'm learning from the absolute best at Douglas Elliman, and they have this amazing team of agents around me to help. And yeah, I'm almost there.
How many places have you sold?
I haven't sold anything yet.
Oh, gosh.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
There were about 5,000
learning. I mean,
about 5,000 answers I thought, but that wasn't what. So you haven't sold yet, but your heart is there.
My heart's there. I'm so committed. I'm so committed to this, and it's like every minute I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? You know what? I'm gonna email this celebrity from like 20 years ago. Hey, celebrity, like from 20 years ago. I'm now this is Kendra Wilkinson. I'm now in real estate. Like, call me.
Right.
You know,
you're cold calling.
Cold calling.
People. You said, I think the quote was, this is your life now. This is not just a reality or job. This is your life.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it is, oh gosh, because we're talking about next act. Is it the next act you needed, wanted, and it's all real now?
That's all I have. This is what I need. This is what I want. This is what I'm gonna bleed for. This is what my kids are watching me do.
Oh.
And you know, my kids are asking me every day I walk in the door, have you sold anything yet? I'm like, I'm trying, I'm almost there. Like,
all right, we're gonna just call on the real estate angels to help Kendra sell her first home. We're rooting for you. I'm going to be checking out Instagram. We're going to watch the show, and you will get a sell. I believe in you, Kendra, and congratulations.
I'm really doing the business.
I know you are. Kendra Sells Hollywood premieres exclusively on Discovery Plus on November 17th. Thank you so much, Kendra. Congratulations on everything.
Much,